Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mughals, in which we have made some new subjects. Sind and Hadoti. Hadoti. Um, which Sind is because that's just to complete our mission of the Sind campaign. And Hadoti here is in part of the first part of this ongoing one, which will face Malwa in the future. The route between the Hindustani plain that we now rule and the ports of Western Europe is one that all faithful Muslims must take in order to visit the holy cities, but it is a journey fraught with peril. In order to protect our subjects, we would do well to conquer the forts that guard this route. Gawalior and Ranthambore have withstood many sieges already, but if they fell into our hands, we could protect against the kingdom's west, while at the same time opening the road towards the sea for both ourselves and the faithful. For our main introduction, and we'll get a bunch of permanent claims, knowing that we will start our wars against Malwa, as we're still allied with them, which I was considering, hey, do they have a few things that might be quite useful to us? Of course, if you do that, you would go down further this way, or subdue all of Rajputana, including that bit. Which that one is going to take a lot of work, including the core provinces of Chittor and Ajma, both there respectively. And once you're done with that, then we'll have Rajput Mansabdari, which we know that, well, their influence is not great as they used to, but we'll get to work on it in future. And of course, we still got a bone to pick with Bengal, as we want those areas that we have legitimate claims to. And also in this episode, we're going to finally embrace that damn Renaissance, but I would say, just based on look at here, as far as percentages concerned, 6294, okay. I'm gonna give you 1 year. Increased enlistment, that was a long time ago. Advancement effort, faster institution spread. Just get it all around here. I'm giving you 1 year or so, possibly 2. And knowing we plan on expanding sooner or later, and also free manpower for this. Because we plan on building a 4th army. Because of our recent experience against fighting Vijayanagar, which they had very good generals, including the Maharaja over there. A very young Maharaja who was a 3-star general. Really gave us a beating, but we just had to bring all of our massive numbers to there in order to defeat them. And we were fortunate that when we have Sind as a vassal, they have a very good general who's goal-oriented. When they were split armies, we were just fortunate. Very, very fortunate. Now, and also I'm gonna give a James a privilege. We have no choice but to give him this privilege. As I'm looking. Monopoly on textiles, it cannot be revoked for 10 years. So. The textile industry is a natural domain of the entrepreneurial classes. It is only right they should be given full control over it. That means no income for cloth or silk. But when we revoke it, later on, we'll start making money from these trade goods again. So there's your penalty. Oh yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot with the income, but it's a small price to pay. But the reason for that is The Brahmins want a textile manufacturer, even though we won't get anything out of that, but still. It's something that they wanted. We will embrace the Renaissance soon. And meanwhile, the fourth army will be created here. Start with this. Okay, okay, what's this? Sage Temple, just one. And then a few to Sikkim. We'll release as a sovereign state. Okay, this was that, but you released them as a sovereign state. Give them that ducat. So you only gained one territory. Nice going. Nice going, kinsman, you idiot. We have no legitimate claims to there. There's no reason to go up there. And don't even ask for a vassal. Just build your army. And yes, we've pissed off the ulema, which we're gonna try to get them to come our way. While the armies will be on standby to take care against the rebellions. Just let me build an army first, and then we'll embrace the Renaissance. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go. Even though this may sound like a pretty interesting thing that you've come up with. So, it'll be 5. We're gonna add a lot more cavalry. Knowing that there's no room for a general, these might as well be the support troops. And fortunately, since we have a so we went with Mughal artillery, so it'll be cheaper to create artillery now. And so we shall add at least 6, so it's 15, and then you got 21. And in addition, if there's room for 2 Rajput regiments. Hey, actually, yeah. Yeah, make room for 2 Rajput regiments. Isn't there a god dang production of this? There you are. Two Rajput regiments here to come to this army. If only we had one more, then it'll definitely be part of it. And we spent a great deal of manpower for that. Originally, I was thinking about releasing one more vassal as I was tinkering with it on the end of that previous episode, but I realized something here. We were thinking about releasing a vassal, or either of these two, just to get more of this in, but I realized whose culture that is. Vindian. Which, if we can get that... I mean, now it's part of that mission for this part, but this is the most important one. Core creation cost reduction. Need to be spending less. And as we've stated before, we're giving it one more year. Just 1 year or so, and then we'll embrace the Renaissance. I am buying time for the cost reduction of embracing it. Rulers and heirs are free. How old am I? Well, I'm in my 40s, so don't get too excited. You know what? Take command, but keep that well in mind. It says you could support 3 generals, but rulers and heirs are free. Is that so? It is. 2 fire, 2 shock. Drive maneuver. Okay, well, what about me? Actually, I'll take command. As much as we're against that idea of sending rulers out to war, but hey, we don't have a 2-star general, so we need one out here, and apparently I'm the one that's to do it. Basically, I would oversee the creation of this great army. You know, it's what we call the support army. Boy, you've grown. And also we're trying to improve relations with our monies, just to see if we can get back together like old friends. Embrace the Renaissance, have you? Okay, done. Get in here. So, bringing the total of 21,000. Yeah, a little more cavalry than infantry. Drill. And you guys take care of the rebellion, knowing it's going to be a large one. And if you were to provoke it now, then that'll be 27,000. No need to lose that many lives. What's the loyalty? Equilibrium. Very slow to change. Again, it's all that mysticism. Which you've been doing a lot of that. Yeah, we haven't been converting in a while, but if you want real results, go for this one. Be done in 3 years time. Actually, no, because we plan on ending alliance with you, but I kind of want one more thing out of you. Wish it was money, but a couple of soldiers don't hurt. Or break an alliance with someone. And I don't want you to be friend with anyone. Because you got nowhere to run. Let me check all the lines again. And if I want to integrate you, that means I gotta improve relations with you. You do royal marriages, right? Oh yeah, you're a theocracy, right. We'll get it up there, definitely. You're gonna be annexed. Actually, that's gonna take a long time. What the hell are you doing? You're not gonna get Jaisma out of it. You're gonna have to fight for it. Because this is the amount of territory that we're gonna get it out of. Come back. Integrate when either the Rajputs or the Mansardars say so in a... You know what I mean? Stop that nonsense. Just the moment we're waiting for. Good thing they spawned at the fort. Surround them. They're not going anywhere. Duction research flawed. Just ignore them. April. We'll embrace it in April. That's why I haven't spent a new technology yet. Hopefully there should be no more fighting. The Khorasanis are at it again. But in the meantime, to your posts. And then you begin drilling from there. Everybody must drill. At least we can drill faster now, thanks to the late firearm regiments. Okay, stop. Let me see. 81. Damn it, I thought this would be faster. Okay, screw it then. Go back to protect trade, which helps that trade power because Bukhara has overtaken it from us. Do they have trade ideas? Yes, they do. That's why. How dare they? Still, it's a big and vast country, but doesn't have a lot of manpower because... It's awfully strange of them. There's no current edict here, but check trade is another. Whereas I'm still pretty anxious to, you know, to get these territories as the truce expires in 5 years, and when we end the Alliance of Malwa, that's a 5-year truce as well. So if you were to pick and choose on who to fight, what's the reward? Manpower recovery speed, goods produce modifier 20 years? Or 30 years of this? Go this way first, so it's been decided then. But first, you ain't much. I ain't scared of you. But again, that's 50 favors, but let me get a few soldiers off of you. And next month, we're dissolving this alliance. No royal marriage. Free up diplomatic relations. And get rid of military access too. There you have it. Oh, and embrace the Renaissance. Finally do it. Took us a long time. As we still have no navy, but it's good to know what ship types we'll be creating when we have the coast finally. And save it for this. Save all that administrative tech. But now as for colonialism, which has been embraced by Blokistan, it has not entered the land yet. But one day it certainly will. But the penalty is still there. But hey, every little bit helps. And with that 5-year truce that we'll have, we'll get new cannons, so they're not on our level. It'll be done in 1570. We have become one of the great powers. The rest of the world shall tremble at the sound of our might, and the glory of the Mughals shall soar above the horizons far and wide. Finally. We just entered it, but it's not going to be around for long unless we expand more. Nearly 100,000 strong. Which, quite honestly, how much money do we make now? Not as much as used to, but as it was prior to overexpansion campaigns. But the land force limits, yeah, we could still hold more if you wished. As I said, save it. Go for this. It's for more governing capacity, which helps for our ever-expanding empire. Oh, and end the alliance with them, as we made our intentions known. 1571. The summer of 1571. At least the Bananis will be happy to know that we no longer allied with Malwa, and then that's how we have, hey, let's get back together like the old days. Just don't get mad at us anymore. Same to you. Back together. And you already got the favors. So that means in a hypothetical war, you will help us out. The Archon will not, because it's a distant war. Obviously. Turn this to a state now. Because we have to get these areas as well. In addition. One will do. How old are you? Ah, yes. Best friends again. Oh, can stop that. When does that expire? Regarding, you know, Ulema being really mad at us. Or... yeah, they want all the rights. To get more loyalty out of them? You got it. That'd help us out a little. Hey, 5-year break. No need to fight wars, just let your manpower recover. We'll engage Malwa first. Because, you know, they don't have as much aggressive expansion penalty as they do for the Bengali. Which again, I don't need your help. This is a war that I would like to do it on my own. There's more reward and prestige for this. Still not ahead of time. But every little bit helps. Now see too if you could save it up for this, which we will get it. Just don't spend it on a general or something. It's good to know. Let's see. Here it is. Right, that's another good question. What the hell are you going to do with that money? I mean, other than we're just waiting for the textile manufacturer to finish in a year's time. Let's see, what can we build? I got into Renaissance as well. Not much income. Production efficiency. Well, since we gave them, you know, more of this. Regarding trade power. Oh, all this will help. But you know what, let's do that. There's room. Okay, that's enough. Just marketplace, marketplace, marketplace. Oh, the grand old man of the army has passed. Hey, heir. You take his place. Because I am not spending that military power to get another general. Have more trade power. When you get more trade power, more trade income. Really? Good to know. Means you won't support each other. Another vassal. Oh, they still got a long time to recover. But to me, this is the best time for you to strike back against Vijayanagar, and I will be there. As we've recovered nicely. Even if we spent to create a fourth army, which when we fight against them all, we can cover on all fronts. Even though don't ever expand, just only the ones that are relevant to the mission. Keep that well in mind. When it's 90, this army is to stop drilling and head up there. Despite the high stability, but a part of that is due to the solidity dilemma, which we've pissed them off enough. Unless you want to give them a privilege. Oh! Prospering times. Despite the fact that Sinkadar is a greedy bastard, but he's become renowned for the country's artistic... That was a mosquito. Artistic achievements and blossoming economy. Artists, philosophers, and poets are flocking to Delhi, and the thriving economy has allowed extensive artistic funding. Several fine architectural buildings are being erected, and beautiful gardens are built to demonstrate our country's wealth, and many members of our new intellectual elite have ideas how to improve various parts of the country. Well, I'll tell you what we need, because we want the new cannons. Invest in better rural infrastructure, based manpower up, and a bit of that military power, so we'll get it next year. That's up here. There is a barracks here, so it does help with the base manpower a bit. Up to 92,000. Good, he's in his 40s and he's expected to pass away sooner or later. You have to be 60 or ruled for 20 years. Gold found in Arica. Our explorers have traveled deep in uncharted territory, search for gold in foreign lands. We've finally done it. The gold mine's been discovered there. The discovery should put it in the bullion famine that plagues Europe. Said Spain. They struck gold. And one day when we go to Malwa, we will have gold of our own. And we'll be able to strike it rich. Okay, pay attention to the trade income as marketplaces are being finished. A little bit. You embrace colonialism. Just, as I said, for the religious unity. Just only convert the ones that matter. As far as the gains is concerned. Oh, this place. They ain't gonna like it when we try to convert them. Oh no, a comet. The economy fools. Well, that uprising is definitely going to happen somewhere. And I am in no mood of... well, you could spend it again to boost it further, but... no. save the administrative points for the gains that we will make in 2 years' time when the war starts. As we said, these highlighted there, in addition to Mahoba and Jhansi. Those are the areas we have to take. It's basically this area. And to subdue Rajputana. I think we should also get that just to get it out of the way so we wouldn't have a far-fetched area. And what little we can. But quite honestly, you don't have claims to these areas, just only the ones that matter. So you can expand, but don't expand too much. Honestly. Okay. Which we said before, we're going to appeal to the dilemma again. So we must ban offensive stories from the realm. It's time for them to come back and support the Empire. Alrighty. Here's the new artillery. Go for small cast iron, because from our experience from fighting against Vijayanagar, they were giving us hell with the shock, so we need more defensive shock. Which again, small cast iron cannon, early form of European artillery used for both sieges and defense. The Vavard was a simple cannon able to hurl projectiles at enemy defenses. The missile choice was often a metal ball or large stone intended to cause damage to fortifications rather than enemy personnel. Even the smaller bombards were heavy and difficult to move quickly during battle, limiting their use against infantry and cavalry formations. There you have it. But they'll be continued to drill. Manpower is full, we're ready for war, but wait 2 years. Helping hand. No. Because it has that wonder that is useless to us. In fact, why does that even exist if we're not of the Dharmic faith? Good advice. Sometimes hard to come by, but these days a number of people are coming forward to advise us and is increasing nicely. This gives them more choice than ever before. You got good advice, so more advisors to come means more choices. Jain influence declines. The Jains once again find themselves lacking in social capital. The prominent ascetics have managed to get themselves exiled from court following a series of religious and political disagreements, and Jain merchants find their fortunes waning. Their influence is on the decline. How much does it gain a month? And agenda's about to expire. Well, just wait next year. We'll get it. This is a must-have. Okay, just this once. Just to keep the moving on the right direction. And plus, we will have enough cores to core all these lands that we have claims to in the future conflict against Malwa. So those particular lists. They could pop up anywhere, but most likely there. 1571. But it's the summer of 1571. We strike. And since I'm a great power, I'm allowed to influence nations and possibly break an alliance or two with anyone. Even though they'll say no to either because we're enemies, obviously. But hey, I can use that to, you know, prove relations. Well, this is an alternate way to, you know, to annex the said vassal. That we'll do in the future if they say it. And once we get it done, the ulema will be back to being loyal to us. Barely entering. Hey! Oh hell, we were in the middle of drilling. Damn it. Oh, they're just right over there. Okay. Be in position. And that means we're going to be sending you to Khorasan. Or Afghanistan for that matter. Really? Craven. Good! That favors us in the future conflicts. Yep, Malwa is going to be the target. Hey, Bamanis, also another thing, yeah, we will expand to the lands we have legitimate claims to, as Mish says so. The rest of the provinces should be returned to Bamanis. It's something that I should handle myself. No need to bring allies into this. I want the Bamanis to save their strength in case they are attacked by these Vijaya Nagari aggressors. Take your time to get your morale up. They tell us the depletion of European beer. That's from Saxony. The demand of furs has been constantly rising throughout the Middle Ages, and increasingly colder climate has not done anything to change this lately. Because of this, the European beaver population is having trouble coping with the constantly growing demand for furs, and has gotten to the point that the beavers are rarely seen in Europe at all. And furs are now to be imported at great cost from Russia and the far north. Furs don't grow here. Just one more month and then we shall attack. Ready? Move! That got him. Now you're off to Afghanistan. You'll be stationed in Hedda. Oh my goodness. An air just died while he was drilling. He was going to be one of the good ones. Honestly, I did not pay attention to Jahangir. 555. Very good. How old are you, son? 8. But the claim is average, but give it time. Heck, give myself time. I'm in my 40s. We might have a regency coming soon. Well, ain't that something? Jahangir, which is a name of one of the actual Mughal emperors in history. Guess that kind of makes me Akbar, despite the fact that I've done a lot of mysticism and alienated the ulema. But the only difference is we did not build Fatipur Sikri here, because we have not accomplished everything. Well, we're working on it. Just this once. Mahmud Shah Jahan. Whoa. 2 fire, 5 shock, 3 maneuver, 2 siege. You'll do. Drill. It's finally finished. Even though we're getting no income out of it because we gave that privilege to the giants. Which they're pretty more loyal to us, so I can't wait to revoke it one day. Welcome back. The states of the Mughals proposed agendas. Yes, sir. Ulema are horrified at the persecution of their Sunni brothers in Tun at the hands of the Mazandani masters. They demanded we take immediate action to freedom from their oppression. The Jains request the prosperity of Skardu. Of course you do. The Rajputs of Tirhut are just building new army training and recruitment centers in the province so that our supply of high quality recruits to the army may be more secure. A regimental camp you want. But as long as it gives us more loyalty. But we get money if we get more loyalty out of these giants. Okay, you win. How much does it need? You said? 3. Baltistan. Oh. Oh yeah, that's Skardu, but not Skardu proper. Why the hell did you build it up here? But anyways. There, free money. And we'll call you again in 5 years. On his way. And we got next spring coming up. Next summer. Summer offensive begins. Not present yet for colonialism. Honestly, transfer. Mahmud Shah Jahan should take command of that army because it's the largest and arguably the best. You're going over here. And you will continue drilling. This particular army. Only pick out the best. But I fear that my early death could be coming soon. But if I make it through 50, then it's a miracle. Because that claim needs to go up. Yeah, honestly, that past Shahzadeh who died too young. Honestly, I did not pay attention to the monarch skills. This is a great improvement. Well, Miriam Zamani's finally passed. We love her. We love her for her skills, but we all have a limited time on Earth, you know. But hey, the Zoroastrian is still around. And we do need the stability cost reduction. So you will do. And if I can, I could promote you and... yeah, do that. Just like Miriam. So the income will stay largely the same. There you have it. At the fort, mountains, they're screwed. Where again? Okay. Non-accepted culture tolerance. Well, it's always that local unrest with the whole. All right, well done. Now, report to the front. Go to here. And since the truce will expire in June, so stop drilling by February. Abolish a tax then. We can afford it. Now these Jains are really loyal to us. Can't wait to revoke that privilege so we can start making money off of silk and cloth again. And one day build a bunch of manufacturers all over, especially when we expand to Bengal. You haven't allied everybody, have you? No? Trying to get good graces from Gujarat. Okay. We just bypassed Ming. Great Britain already formed. Despite the fact that in a Croatia playthrough, Great Britain's yet to be formed. King Caesar? Or Kaiser? Irish. Well, they did it. And the Ming is not as powerful as they used to. And we're going to expand again just to retain our position as the great power of the world. In fact, do we have the largest army in the world right now? Real quick. Nope, still second largest. Well, what is the largest? Largest in terms of... it's like not necessarily percent, but total. Because HRE Emperor. So we're about as large as the Commonwealth. Oof. Oh boy. Alright, stop drilling. Get to positions. He'll be there. He'll be positioned over here. And here. The worldly ulema. Not all members of the ulema are great theologians or intellectuals. Corruption could grow from in any corner of the state, and for some it can be hard to tell apart what benefits the faith and what might benefit themselves. It has come to the attention of Sikandar Shah that a number of pious grants that exist around the empire have been obtained through fraud or illegally passed on to heirs. Our wazir has suggested that we inspect and verify all such grants in the empire, especially in regions that were not originally ruled by us. This would clearly be a grave affront to the ulama. However, we would see it as an encroachment on their privileges and attack on their caste as a whole. Ah, hell. Corruption. But it would make the ulama getting their loyalty back to us, and yearly corruption, national tax modified, or make them become disloyal again, which I don't want to have that again. A few transgressions are nothing compared to what these men give us. Damn! Slow it down. Like, say this. We'll be slow to root them out. No need to fully commit on rooting out corruption. No need to do that. Don't want to have that in my conscience. So that means don't convert anyone anymore. But if we can get legalism back up, that's when we start getting more national tax modifier. And that technology cost will be reduced if we stick with it. Who knows, wherever it takes us, whatever that makes us most convenient. From the Ming, they tell us of Li Zhejiang's rebellion and the Shun dynasty. We have lost control over the north. The peasant warlord Li Zhejiang has consolidated a large host of rebels and bandits under his command and seized control of an alarming large portion of the empire. Li has declared himself emperor and laid claim to the mandate of heaven. In a proclamation from the capital, Li announces that the beginning of the Shun dynasty and pledges to restore traditional rituals and rule according to heaven. Damn. They want to take the mandate of heaven from them. It's from up there. Now they're definitely not a great power anymore. This is why we have a fourth army out there. This is to cover all fronts. And wherever we fight, we'll fight them in a pitched battle somewhere. And we can see that there's a fort there, here, there, and there. Not a fort, but a lot of this open territory. What are you up to? Nobody, they just want to move around. Let me look. Sunni royal marriages. You have royal marriages with Yakan, Bahmanis, Sindh, Haidoti, Bangladesh. That doesn't do that because that is a theocracy. A clerical state, to be exact. And we'll deal with them when we send one army out, but it'll be in our favor. Don't worry about it. Okay. Despite the fact that we're friends and knowing declaring war against Velsuni, it's gonna move back towards mysticism. Hormuts may be there, but they got their own problems. We could take care of little Baluchistan. This is what having vassals is for. So don't you worry. And I'm sure there will be more for your end. Let's begin. Main objective. Good. Because there's a fort there. Vassals can come. Bring no allies. We want all the rewards come to me. And we'll be sure to return some of the cores back to the Bahmanis. Which I'm sure we'll fight them one day too. If we're gonna be continuing in our conquest of all of Hindustan. So instead of conquering Bengal for this year and the coming years, we're turning to the other direction. And we'll deal with the others too. Move in. Wherever the pitch battle might be, we'll be there. And it looks like they sent him this way. Be hesitant about going up to the siege, but they will. You stay there. You support them. They're going for Lahore. Don't let them link up with the other armies if we see them approaching that way. Have you now? Now keep in mind, the regent is craven, so their armies are not gonna be last long in a fight. We'll chase them by any means. Damn! They're all over there. We were just trying to trick them, but if we try to get them to fight here, well, this is not a good place to be in. Unless you can link up, but obviously you got Baluchistan. Not a good place to be in. Damn it, disease outbreak. It's not a good start of the campaign. You're not even a right siege guy. Take his place. Move out. We're trying to be cautious. Just try to stick together. There's me over there. Once that fort falls, form up and we'll defeat them all here. There's Ajmer. Future site of a fort that we will build here. Save him. Who knows how much we would be spending to core these provinces and all. Defensive ideas, that's why. Fort defense, fortified strongholds, part of their tradition. That's why we're having a hard time. Their armies aren't good, but their defenses hold. We cannot allow such blasphemy. City of them are coming back. Already, you've embraced colonialism. That means it's gonna come here a little later, especially when we expand to there. That helps. Well, since we're still quite far in this. You know, just this once. I know we're moving back towards that way, but we're in the middle of a war, and we need all the morale of armies we can get. The capital is in Mandu. Stand still. And then, oh boy, if you want to get to the capital Malwa, you gotta take down all 3 of these forts. Madness! They would commit their defenses there. So we're sending a support and then take out the armies as soon as that area falls, as it's never been breached. We're going to start working our way bit by bit. Siege is over. Move over. We're going to scare them away. If they're that stupid, they're not abandoning that siege. And yet they're committed. They turned. We'll deal with the Sindh troops. Us troops in Sindh, I should say. We're gonna kill this army here. Most of them got away. Move up. Attack here. Just take the areas that we have legitimate claims to. Well, we'll deal with the main forces out there. That damn fort in the mountains. We won't catch him in time. No. But we can certainly knock these guys out of the war. So why start? As long as they don't go that way. That got him. You got siege skills, some of you. Whereas that one's got no siege skills, so at least we send a man who's not going to be sieging forts, but the countryside. Strategically placed, all in highlands and hills. Very wise of them. We can move into the capital, but surrounded by forts, which, as I said before, insanity. of how they can build something like that. But willing to ignore these areas as we don't have claims to them. Let's deal with that. Pull back. We have you now. We got their capital. But we can't go in until that fort falls. Trade places. Oh, battle. We got him. Okay. Loyal. Switch places. You have a better siege skill. Got it. Alright. Move down. War coming down to support you. And we need someone who knows siege skills because of those fortified forts in the Highlands. Which is, you know, amazing of them, honestly. Get down there. Head this way. We don't have to get the rest of the countryside. Just scare them away. One uprising, which we can pull back one army, but as long as we knock out that one. It'll be open season. Coffee boom in Great Britain. Originally a drink largely associated with the Muslim world, coffee has become more and more commonplace even among Christians in Europe. In an increasingly interconnected world, acquiring anything, including coffee, is no longer quite as hard as it once was, and exotic beans are increasing demand. We didn't expect to meet him down there. Start with the surrounding forts before you get to the capital. This is going to frustrate my plans. That a fort will fall because they've breached it and they got a man who knows how to siege. Going to Chittor? Gotcha. Head this way. Come on, fall. Got him. Well, we could have gone that way. Army eliminated. Now you may begin the siege. Same for you. Well, we're gonna try to chase them out. If we can get there fast enough. If they take this fort, we can't get them off the mountains. Now it's highly likely they'll fall. They are holding on. Okay, you want out? Good. What do you want? No pillage. No. Again, give me your suggestions, but no pillage. Because I don't need that aggressive expansion in my conscience. And you will give the cores to Sindh? Do you really need that? No aggressive expansion on my end. Just give me the money and reparations. And that's it. Deal with Hormuz soon when we swing by and get rid of them there. Let's take Hormuz itself and then the fort. We'll take a river crossing penalty, but that highland is ours. And yes, the Padishah is coming in. Train 2. Because they've been stuck over the mountains. The garrison held, and now we arrived. That was an accomplishment. Even though this is the 4th army, this is supposed to be the support army with all the cavalry and guns and light infantry, but somebody had to take charge. Blocked by hostile fort. What hostile fort? Right. Oh, we can't close it permanently. As long as there's ships about. Oh, I totally forgot about these guys, honestly. You don't want about the siege to go after them. We'll be alright on our own, hopefully. In fact, that's their main army. Keep them away from there. As long as they stay away from there, then we can get to work on it. Now we know this part of the world. That'll keep you busy. And that's the reason why. It's because those ships are in position. They call it Pirate Coast. We'll pull back. There's no reason for us to be here anymore. We can't knock Hormuz out of the war, but we could certainly just continue to cause trouble to them. Let's go. But if we see them again, we'll beat them. See what I mean? Let them run. That'll slow them down. While we knock down one of those highland forts. the first. Oh, get back over here. Need support. Go for fort number 2. We got most of them. Told you that delay would work. Even though it's not wise to be sticking together because of attrition reasons. Don't mind those separatists. Thank God that general of theirs is dead. The ruler general of Vijayanagar, who has given us quite a lashing in the past. There they are. I'll take the inflation. Because we have, you know, that. Got 'em all. Jahangir is goal-oriented, so he'll move a lot faster. Very good. 'Cause that's what this military needs, more mobility. How did they bypass our defenses? Well, of course they did. When they get up to Saranj, then they ain't going anywhere. That means we'll drive them off once more. Let's hunt him down. And Jahangir will move with speed. Bold fighter. Land leader shock up. Now does that apply to not only me, but all? I may be a greedy bastard, but I am calm and a bold fighter. Damn, timber shortage, even though we don't have any ships. The third fort has fallen. Now let's move to the capital, which shouldn't provide too much of the defense, no matter how much of a defensive mentality they have. They already created a breach. Just hang on, Herat. We're coming. Jahangir and Sikandar are coming. Jainism on trial once again. Ah, here we go again with this. This is what caused the alienation of the Ulema and the Brahmins. And I need the Jain loyalty because in a year I'm going to revoke their privilege. So, that's the way it's going to be. Sorry about that. We are coming. We are here. Told you he was a goal-oriented man. And the drylands. Not a good place to fight. Jai Tomara. Who are you? Big shock. Jai Tomara of Hadoti. Very good general. Glad we have you on our side. Back down to Sindhu. We need a 99 war score to get a favorable peace deal. as we often say in this series. And that's coming from experience from Imperator Rome. We got him. We found them and defeated them again. I didn't know. It's just they were in the middle of a withdrawal, and we're just picking them apart to wherever we may find them. So they're likely going to retreat back down to Hormuz. Well, we're coming down. They got it. But not for long. Thought you were moving, but you finished them off. Jahangir, take them out. Whatever pathway is most convenient for you. Get them, get them. I'll take them out. Capital is fallen. Switch places. If the fort doesn't fall soon. No, they didn't. We continue to pick them apart. It's all cannons now. The infantry and cavalry gone. Now it's only the cannons that are the ones leading. Fine by me. You know what? Do it together. Just to make sure they surrender this last big fort of theirs. This way. Not giving up, huh? How many times do I have to teach you that lesson? Occupy the rest of the countryside. In fact, any other area you see, get him. Wall of Two-Stone, Mahmud Shah, just take care of anything else you see out there. If one runs, we catch him with this other. It's like herding cattle, you know. If one goes the other direction, and they bring the another rider, and make her go to the other direction, leading him to us. Army eliminated. Continue to give chase. Trying to occupy as much territory as we can and systematically destroy their army. Keep in mind, it's all cannons. Very little cavalry and infantry then. I know where they're going to be going. I get it. I get it now. Wherever you retreat, you deal with them. What does the dilemma say about our position in mysticism? Ah, it's just dropping slightly. Offer them our support. And new madrasa here. Despite the fact it's in the front line. God dang cannons killing us. Finish them off. They're killing our manpower here. Hey, Hormuz, do you want out? Just don't make me come down there again. We have to finish them off here. Finally, all gone. Extension of the monopolies of textiles. Oh yes, we were gonna revoke it. So, the monopolies on textiles we granted to Jains has expired, meaning that we are now able to reclaim the income for our textile production. However, the Jains are keen to keep their privileges and offering to pay us a lump sum in return not being guaranteed for further 10 years. You sure about that? I mean, we will be getting a lot more money, which is a necessity, and it would be proper if we want to embrace colonialism in the future, or spending on other things. But of course, you'll still get no income for cloth or silk, but you'll be getting a lot of income again. And plus, we could use the money to get rid of that corruption. So for another 10 years? But honestly, you're very loyal to us, so I'll just say not now. As much as I want the money, but I'll say no. Thank you very much, okay? And if I wanted to put it back, then that'll be for another 10. So. And it would get the loyalty back up no matter what, so... Yeah. That was for monetary reasons. That was just to embrace... Oh. New textile manufacturing go. Ajam is a potential valuable ally. Rajputs of Delhi wants recruitment center. Okay, you got one. I haven't really built much buildings in Delhi, but a regimental camp would be a big difference because of obvious reasons. Basically, mop up the rest. Come on down. After the war, I'm gonna increase that corruption. Just a moment. Just occupy a few, and then we got it. And get Sind back. How much? Alright, you got it. At least we got the... no need a monopoly on that again. We just did what we set out to do, and we did it. $96, $97. Get this area back, and then we'll win it. They have no more cards to play. 99. Alright, that's it. Now, only get the areas that you have legitimate claims to. So it'll be here, but keep in mind, there's that angry coalition from Bengal that they still got something against me. The war goal. Jhansi. Mahoba. There's another, his name escapes me. So Saguja as well. That's it. So, Bengal, Malwa, Khorasan. We're not expanding too aggressively. I'm being careful this time. And return those cores back to the Bahmanis. Because that's my ally and they would appreciate me for it. And as much as I don't like Gujarat, but there are enemies of the Bahmani. Yeah, I could see that. Expanding into Gujarat in future. Hey. What if he vassalized them? Has subjects of its own. Oh, come on. And the Mughal economics. That won't matter. No, that won't work. I could forget about... So, yeah, a few cores to be returned to the Bahmanis. I won't take any more. Or we could ask them to release a few nations. You know, just to make our job easier. Make our job easier. Just looking at the highlighted areas. And potential vassals. If any. At all. Jasmut's too little. Naga will be of decent size. It's not aggressive, but... Oh man, it barely made it in. We're not gonna get any money out of this, but... Getting these guys as our vassal seems like a good idea in theory. But of course, that's gonna cost you some diplomatic power there. Okay, that's the only amount we're gonna get out of this. Practically. No reparations. Just some degree of aggressive expansion and overextension to the areas that we have claims to as the mission requires. Got it. Come here. Get out of here. Scram. Move out. Go take care of the separatists. Hey, since we freed you, how'd you like to be our vassal? They will. But of course, you gotta prove relations with them first. You got it. And we'll have a royal marriage, and therefore we have alliances. Just another Rajput state to be loyal to us, and that would mean I would have to get Bangladesh in with us. There you go. Core creation cost reduced. Even more now that we have 100% assimilated all of the Hindustani cultures. Aha. Okay, so now I'll know who to vassalize and who to integrate. Excuse me. Rains fail in the Himalayan hills. The expected seasonal rains have failed to arrive in the Himalayan hills. A period of drought has begun and famine will likely follow as crops fail. Not good. Damn right we're rivals. You damn right. So, they do not want me having a subject in this area. Understandable. definitely improve relations. So, as I said, you're going to be vassalized, you're going to be integrated. That's how we settled. A bunch of separatists on little areas. A bunch of Rajput clans still alive and around. And since we didn't need to spend that much cores, but we're going to save it for that anyhow. And wait for that manpower to recover. If we could get one more mysticism related event, then gosh, so much to go around. Turn it up a little. Since they're the ones that are most likely to uprise, the rest of you drill for a while. Here it is. Production efficiency up, so adds a little income. Not too much, but slowly over time. Those army tradition. Gosh dang it. But it's the army tradition is what helps us bring us victories. No special favors. And with that, do something about it. City of strong aristocrats, and there was a recent uprising. I can't do anything about that. Damn corruption. It's gonna come from there, but it's too little. Yeah, Madrasa, local missionary strength. Not enough, but it's close. This is a new madrasa here, and how long was that gonna last? Because I've always wanted to convert this area for the longest damn time. $10 It's very tempting. Very tempting. But, you know, our heir will definitely have it, so he's got a strong claim, so it's good enough anyway. As long as we still bound of mysticism. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of Mughals, which will end it on April. So it's finishing on that. So, yeah, great accomplishments here, and we didn't expand too aggressively. And more importantly, no coalition. They still do not have the guts. They still do not have the guts to deal with us. Made this to a state earlier, fortunately. Assam declared war against Bengal. Really? You have what it takes? Assam, Kok, Manipur, Gorkha. And you are against Bengal, Malacca, and Sikh. You are allied with Assam. But you didn't join the war. Naga. The rise of a Hindu dynasty in Naga has enraged the Muslim establishment here. A Muslim convert from there has been thrown to avoid outright revolt while still keeping the dynasty in power. Bingo! We can vassalize now. Do we? Well, first, you gotta have a military alliance. 2, relations and country must be at peace. You got it. Since when did Islam had a presence there? But I guess they would just know who the previous were. And, regarding you, marriage alliance. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, we already did that. Long ago. I have a tendency to forget, but no need for a royal marriage. Just vassalism. Okay, we'll end the episode on that manner then. Of course, it is too many relations, but still. No need for a royal marriage. You're going to be vassalized in just a moment. Welcome. And to annex you, we gotta have as many, which we will get it in no time, no doubt. Of course, I would take the diplomatic relations penalty by then. But every little bit helps for our heir. And I cannot believe I bypassed the 40s. So, let's just hope he rules a little bit longer. Since he did very well for himself. Yeah, just another leading vassal. So many vassals. So, we hope you people enjoyed this episode. We'll have this mission complete in the next episode, and we'll see where it goes from here. Knowing that it'll be a long time before we fight against Malwa again. Possibly Bengal, since they're in the middle of a war with Assam. So we'll probably just wait it out and let them duke it out, and then we'll come on down and beat them up. But until then, so long for now.